Hello, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept. I'm your host, Mr.Camron, back at you again today. How you doing? It's a wonderful day. Dropped the kids off at school. Went and I got me some of these coconut cookies. They're good as hell too. Little Pharaoh coconut cookies. Got my pomegranate tea and I'm ready to go. I'm still growing and I'm still learning. I say that a lot on these episodes because I'm still getting used to hearing the sound of my own voice. And at times we can be shaken or others can be shaken by the sound of our own voice, suppressing that voice. But you, me, I have to remember that your voice is your power. There's power in the words that you speak. There's power in your voice. I just want to take this time before I indulge back into my coconut biscuit cookies and my tea to say I appreciate anybody out there who send me well wishes, good thoughts, and keep me in their prayers, because it all starts with a thought. Anything that you manifest that's tangible starts with a thought. So I want to thank you for that. And in saying that, I just want to say, I'm still continuing to go on. I'm not saying that everything's perfect in my life, because I'm still in the infant stages of my entrepreneurship. I'm still learning a lot more discipline. I'm trying to get a lot more discipline. And through constantly doing these podcasts and doing vlogs and things like that, I'm starting to gain more proficiency in doing more podcasts and vlogs. I'm not gonna lie, through what I've been going through as of late, it's been hard for me to be in a very creative space, trying to be a father, dealing with all this new family issues in my life and everything that I've been going with. Still trying to be creative is a task. Not to mention the hindrance that people, that organizations, that places can bring into your life on a daily basis. So dealing with all those things and dealing with all the things that I think of on a daily basis, I'm still pushing forward. I'm still striving forward. I know it's a lot of people out there doing way worse than I am. That's why I never complain. I'm in between homes right now. I like to see things as the glass being half full rather than half empty. So I don't look at it as me being homeless or anything. I look at it as being in between homes. I'm in a home right now currently. So that's a blessing. I'm never broke. To be broke means that you're broken, right? So you're never broke. You cannot have it at the moment. If you don't got it, you don't got it. That means you just don't have it right now as far as the funds go, but you're never broke. The only way you're ever broke if you're broke spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. I got a couple dollars in my pocket, so that don't, even if I didn't have a couple dollars in my pocket, that don't mean I'm broke. To demean yourself in a way where you look at your life situation and say, because I have this piece of paper in my pocket that can buy me a soda or a bag of chips, means that I'm okay. I'm not broke if I have this. No, if you don't got it, then you're broken. You're distraught. You're less than. You're less valuable. If you don't have that dollar, no, the dollar doesn't take any value away from you, nor do it add any value to your life. It can pay for a lot of pleasures and things like that, and things that you need. Yes, we all have necessities, but at the same time, a dollar doesn't make a man. All right, and I want to get right into it because I watched a few like the podcasts. I watched one with Dame Dash on New Network. He's selling Rockefeller to Camron and Mase. and his moves that he's making over there. What I think about it, I think it's ingenious for him to sell Rockefeller to Cameron and Mase. No doubt, Jay-Z got to kind of respect the move as well. The knowledge he dropped is pure reality. You know what I mean? Because we got these factions and these big wigs and everything, and we're coming into something as a human being, not as an entity or whatever. A human being, an entity that's attached to an entity, right? So it's like whenever you battling a corporation, you gotta understand that they could pull strings that you can't pull. So they could play games or monopolize your life in a way so you won't be able to battle back. You know what I mean? It's hard to fight an enemy when he got all the tools at his disposal and you don't have none. So I felt him there. Congrats to him for his move, selling rock and all that. Hey, it is what it is. He started it. Him and Jay started it together. He should be able to get his piece of the pie, however, by however means possible. You know what I mean? I love the way he promotes his brand too. That's one thing that I've been taking from everybody's interviews that I've been watching, from Club Shay Shay to Dame Dash and the new network and everything. I'm loving the way everybody's promoting their brand. And I'm learning that. I'm learning as I go on how to promote my brand and how to, A&R myself in a way. Because I'm not like I don't got a legal team. I don't got a streets team. It's just me. You know what I mean? I'm all of the teams rolled into one. I'm trying to expand. But in order for me to expand, I got to teach those who I want to expand to. And the only people that I'm trying to expand to or ever thought about expanding to is my children. So if I could expand to, teach how they could run a certain business a certain type of way and then expand to them, then they could take over something. Or they can learn how to manage something. So in the future, they'll be more suitable to manage their own, whether that be a coffee shop or, being a playwright or a box office manager or a musician, whatever that may be. Let me see here. I'm looking at notes and everything. Y'all got to excuse the pauses every now and then because I get emails. And one of these emails was from Sony Music Entertainment. They have applied actions to one of my videos. And I mean, to some people, they look at it as a hiccup. All right, yeah, what I'm going to do? Boo-hoo cry about Sony Music Entertainment applying actions to one of my videos? That only means that I'm being viewed on a greater spectrum. You know what I mean? I had a guy contact me. I used one of his beats. And where I got his beat from, it was labeled as being free. But he said something to the effect of, it's not made to be monetized or made money off of or something like that. Well, your gripe ain't with me. Your gripe is with the company who is providing your beat. You know what I mean? You got to go to them and talk about any like if it's not meant to be sold or made money, or what you contacted me for. You expect money or me to pay you for me using your beat? Or you want me to take it down? Because I'm not going to take down my work, period. So, unless I feel like, unless I can, because I had work in the past. I did works on songs in the past that I've tried to take down. And I wasn't able to take down. I really want to take them down and redo those works to polish them up and make them sound better a lot of times. Because when you start something, nothing's ever perfect. So I want to polish up a few songs and everything. But it's just the constant hurdles or the constant setbacks or pushback that keep you constantly going forward. Because within me trying to monkey foot my way in this industry, you know, how by however means necessary I can, you know, what happens is you get pushback from, you know, your everyday people that you see every day. They might not agree with the goals that you got set forth for yourself. You get pushback from the main industries, you know what I mean, until they deem as if they could, you know, monetize you and, you know, make some money off you somehow. As that's what it's about. The whole thing is, to me, all right, here it is. I got it. People close to you, they can't see the true value in you while you creating something. But when somebody's looking from afar a lot of times, they can see a certain different type of value in you. So you got to see that value in yourself in order, if you want anybody else to see it in you. But sometimes even you seeing that value or the things that you're trying to do manifest, others can't see the value in that because they've probably never tried to do those things, or they probably seen people do it and haven't accomplished it, or seen people try to do it and fall off and fail at certain things. It's a method to everything that we do. You know, you got to be systematic. What I'm learning is, yeah, I was able to come up with some great music just going into the studio or going wherever it is where I got a microphone in my phone and recording and coming up with some great music off the top of my head. But when me living my everyday life, it's hard to just get that time where I could sit and record for days at a time. So what I'm trying to do now is actually compose songs, sit down, write songs and things like that. And that can be tedious as well because you got the interruptions that happen every now and then when you're trying to sit down and compose. So, hold on. Yeah, man, you just got to keep the ball rolling, basically. Sometimes I get messages and things like that. That's why, really, I should be taking these phones away from me because I'm getting retarded messages. You know what I hate? I hate getting these fucking messages that you block off the calendar. It's like you erase the whole event off the fucking calendar, but yet and still the messages still just so happen to pop up. All right, piggybacking off of that, Little Rell on Club Shay Shay was epic, man. I mean, the talking points and what he was standing on is so powerful. I mean, he's the most powerful, one of the most positive comedians. He talked about Bernie Mac. He talked about life. He talked about, you know, a lot of different things. I respect the man's point of view. It was just touching. It was very heartfelt. It was more touching to me because at times when I watch interviews like Club Shay Shay, and I watch them around my children. So I love when they talk about powerful things because they give my children messages that they need to hear. That's the most powerful thing to me. Anytime I could sit down and watch something, yeah, it got a little cursing, profanity or whatever, but we gonna bypass all of that because the message is just so powerful. The conversation that's being had between two men, two positive male figures, is powerful because that type of discord is where information and knowledge is passed and learned, you know, and to sit amongst my children and them being able to soak up some of that knowledge, you know, me being able to teach them or show them how to pick out the gems of a conversation, you know, is great. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for having, you know, conversations like that happen on social platforms like YouTube and things of that nature, you know. So, yeah, I mean, where was that? Yeah, and another thing, I love the way he promote his brand. You know, the way he promote Little Rell. Little Rell is his brand, you know, and it's uniquely him. You know, it's not him trying to be anything else but Little Rell, a comedian. And him being great at what he's great at, took him to so many different plateaus and got him his foot in so many doors. It's great and it's amazing. And I love his journey. I love his comedy. And I want to wish him continued success and everything. I don't just get comedy from these people. A lot of people that I watch, like Little Rell, who else do I watch? Joe Rogan, different podcasters I watch, different people I contact on a daily basis with funny videos like Fat Boy, SSE, you know what I mean? What's his name? Skinbone, all them guys. Meat, and all of them. It's hilarious. It's content. And that's the same thing that I want to try to teach. Not teach, but, show my kids that this is all content. Everything that you do on a daily basis is content. Yesterday, me and my son was in here laughing so hard, to the point we had tears in our eyes over jokes that we was telling each other. And in that moment, sometimes you got to stop and say, hey, we could have just got all this on camera and made some content. But at times it's the laziness of it. It's the laziness of, it's not even it's more natural. Some people, they set up cameras in their house. They'll set up a content creating house where they'll just have the cameras rolling all the time. But nowadays it's like you got to make that normal. Because you can say, oh, we should get that on camera, and then go get cameras in. But it takes away the same spontaneity. It takes away the spontaneity of a thing. So, I don't know. It's just those moments. It's just, you got to take those moments and just enjoy them or share them. And you got to find a way to capture that without hindering the naturalness or the spontaneity of the moment. You know what I mean? House approves bill on TikTok that will force, sell, or effectively ban company. I had a question mark. Why? Like, why are they doing that? I was seeing signs that read, I'm one of 170 million users on TikTok. Shit, I was thinking me too. Why do the House want to force them to sell TikTok? I mean, we can't even call TikTok a foreign company anymore, because the makers of TikTok damn near own America, don't they? I mean, the makers of TikTok, we in debt like crazy billions of dollars, so how could we even try to force TikTok to sell anything? I look at it like this. If the company is growing and the company should sell, then that probably means it's because the company is starting to do what? Starting to take advantage of things, starting to break certain rules, starting to break certain treaties. It sounds like they have a government issue. The government should do the same thing. If TikTok got to sell, right? If the House is approving bills that will force TikTok to sell, then they should have bills to force the House to dissolve all its members and put new members of Congress in the House in there. Because it's the same thing. After a while, everything get corrupted and polluted. So the same House that's approving bills that will force TikTok to sell and effectively ban the company, right? Why don't they effectively dissolve the House itself and actually just put in whole new cabinet members and get fresh new blood in there, ones that aren't biased to anything, ones with fresh ideas? That's why our government is fucked up, because we have no fresh ideas in there. We have lingering remnants of old-ass dinosaur ideas of how to run this democracy, this city, this state, and it's ridiculous. I'm tired of it personally. Not tired of it because it's, it is what it is. It's theatrical on another level. But it's theatrics that could play with my life, your life, and the ones you love. that's why I don't like playing those type of theatrics, because it get dangerous. Politics get very dangerous. I'm just happy to be in a place where, honestly, I do want to punch a clock again, because I miss that stable money, that stable income. But since I haven't been punching the clock, I've got a new level of freedom. I mean, yeah, bills is coming in, but I learned to eliminate a lot of the bills that I have and try to keep them at a minimum. And anytime I could, get enough money, by making music and books and things like that to pay a bill, that feels good. It's the small accomplishments for me. Just being able to pay a bill with what I do feels good. Or being able to, give my kids some money, or, make them happy a bit with what I do is fulfillment enough. Or knowing somebody else appreciates the work that I put in and what I do, because it is hard. It is tedious at times. Just even going through life can be tough. That's why we all got to find our own mental breaks, our own little escapes that we get to go through and create, putting more into what I create, taking my time like grandma always told me to. That's one of my notes that I just read, but that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Take my time like my grandmother always told me to do, because, anything you do is going to be a level of uncertainty. I was speaking to this earlier. And really, even with words, with songs, with making any type of moves in life, you really just got to take your time and just let it manifest naturally. Everything has to start from that natural place. I hear a lot of great people talk about how they created great works of art. And a lot of them say that they didn't even come up with it themselves. A lot of them say it just came to them somehow. And it's this inner voice, it's this inner conscience that you can hear that's within you, that's in your mind, that'll give you what you need to create. But you just have to focus and listen to it and allow it to speak, not only to you, but through you. That's the goal of getting anything done, to allow the work to speak through you. Let it speak to you first. And from it speaking to you, now it has to speak through you. Whether you could convey the message of whatever it is in your mind is purely up to your talent and your abilities. Maybe somebody in a later generation will come along and sing it better, or write it better, or make it better in a way. But it's something that has to be created nonetheless, because it wouldn't have came to you if it didn't have to be created or manifested. So we got to understand that our destinies are all connected in a way where information is disseminated with or without you. Songs are going to get written, books are going to get written, movies are going to get recorded. Everything is going to happen with or without you. It's just whether or not you're going to be a willing participant in it or not. In your life, in the creation process of life. Lingering questions. If a tree falls in the forest, does it really make a sound? Yes. Does it really make an impact? Yes, it does. Because everything in life is connected. So a tree falling here means what? Another tree growing somewhere else. Or a different spot for an animal to hide, or new sources of food. Everything is connected in that way. As above, so below. So these energies, this manifestation thing that I'm speaking on, is possible. It's possible to do on so many different levels. Like right now, I'm expounding on things that I'm thinking about on this podcast in real time. You won't hear it in real time. You'll hear it whenever you get around to listening to it. But to me, this affects my day. How this podcast goes and is perceived, and it affects my day. I bet the people out there didn't know that do not create, that when somebody encounters what you create, you can actually feel the energy or the vibration they get from it. When you create something like a song or a book or a movie or a skit on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok, you actually get dopamine from that. It's like a drug. It becomes addictive in a way. And when somebody's reacting to your video, skit, song, or whatever it may be, your podcast, whatever it may be, you get a rush of dopamine from that. You can feel the energy that they feel when they're encountering your works. And if you don't get that feeling, why are you creating? If you can't feel when somebody's enjoying things that you worked on, why are you even creating? That's my thought. What's the I don't know. What's your motive behind creating if you're not getting a good feeling from it or you can't feel? Those are the people that's in charge of a lot of different labels and things like that. They don't want people who can actually feel what they put out there, because once you could feel the music you put out there and the impact that it has on people, once you could feel the effect of what your works you put out there have on people, and if it's having a negative impact on people, you feel that, and you shouldn't want to do that. But the people in the record labels, they can't feel it, but you can as an artist. So they'll rather have you make the music so you feel bad when you make bad music for good people. This is why a lot of people stop making music, because you start to feel the evilness that you brought into this world with some of the music that we make. I mean, you can make a lot of money. You can make a life for yourself. But at the same time, we got to be mindful of what we create, because there's people that don't know that it's all done for entertainment purposes or to feed our families and things like that. It's all subjective. It's all suggestive. It's like, okay. For me, I teach my children that music is for shock value. A lot of times the people making music or movies and things like that, majority of the time don't live the life that they're portraying. But there are other children out there who don't have mothers and fathers or a role model or a fatherly figure or motherly figure in their life who don't tell them this type of stuff. They don't have anybody telling them this. So they listening to the songs with a whole different perspective. They're seeing it from a whole different point of view. They're seeing this music and these videos as like it's real life, and these are the things you got to do in life. This is what makes you a man, by doing this in life. And it's like, wow, somebody got to grab a hold of these children and talk to them. This is why we're having the problems in society. And these societal problems that we're having is because of this. It's because people not understanding entertainment is just there for shock value, to entertain you. That's it. It's just there to entertain you. Be entertained. Don't let it, destroy you. Okay, hold on. I ain't even drink my tea. I ain't sip not one sip of tea yet. Hold on. Much better. Started to get straggly throated. Oh, shit. Yeah, but let it entertain you. Don't let the shit make who you are, define who you are as a person. Just let it entertain you. Because all of it's done for shock value and to feed somebody's family. A lot of this entertainment and content that people create, it's to feed their family, and if somebody put a song in their hand and they told them to sing a certain song, they're going to do it because they got a family to feed. even if it's pop that pussy, this and that, you don't want your daughter to hear that. But yeah, you're going to make it because you got a daughter to feed. So yeah, you're going to pop that pussy on that music video and you're going to pop that pussy on the song. But you might not want your child to hear that because you don't want your child popping that pussy, right? Or popping that gun. You got the young guys popping them guns on the video and stuff. Like, you don't want them doing that stuff unless it's for sport or for hunting or for recreational purposes. You don't want them hunting nobody down and killing them unless they, you know, unless they threatening your family or hurting you, you know, somehow your life or whatever. But yeah, man, you just got to wake up. You know, nothing's done. You're not going to get away with the dumb shit. You know, whatever you're trying to do out there, you're not going to get away with it. So you might as well just calm down and try to create something. You know, stop trying to take something and create something. That's how I look at it. Anybody could go try to rob somebody, stick somebody up, or try to hurt somebody to come get ahead in life and things like that. It takes a real man to sit up there and sit back and actually create something, you know, out of nothing, from scratch. You ever heard the term from scratch? When somebody cooks something from scratch and that shit just be the best thing that you could ever eat in the world. That's how it is when you create something from scratch. It's the best shit in the world. And other people don't get that feeling from it because it's not their creation. It's your creation. As a creator, it's your creation. So you should feel that proud for what you create, even if nobody else does. Because that creation is going to take you one step closer to creating something even better. And on that note, I want to talk about my creations. My music that's out on all streaming platforms under Mr. Pagan. The books that's on, you know, bookshelves everywhere under Mark Pagan Jr. This podcast that's only available on Spotify. Yeah, I appreciate all the help. I appreciate all the support. Yeah. Till next time. Till tomorrow. I think I talked about all of my talking point. Let me see if I touched on all my bulletin points. Sony Entertainment fucking with me. Lil Rell, Shades of the Dame Dash, Sean Rockefeller. The knowledge that they dropped. Yeah, that was deep. Honorable. Shine the light. Or something trying to. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I ain't say that, but yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm out this joint. Yeah, I ain't gonna expound on no more. I'm out. See y'all tomorrow. I ain't got shit to say. All right, nigga. Peace. All right. I want to do something funny before I got off, but I ain't got shit to do. All right.